kidnapping. You immediately picture the black van.
Right.
Ski masks, the whole deal.
Oh, absolutely. That classic Hollywood image. But the thing is, when you dig into the legal sources, like Article 267 here in the Philippines, that whole trope just falls apart.
Right. It's not about the props. It's about something you can't even see.
Exactly. It's all about intent. We're going to get into a space where you can physically drag someone away.
Huh?
And legally, it's not even a kidnapping.
Okay, let's start right there, because that sounds completely backward. You're telling me I can grab someone, force them into a car, and kill them. And that might not be kidnapping.
In many cases, yeah. It's just murder. It all comes down to this idea of specific intent.
Specific intent.
Yeah. The prosecution has to prove that your main goal, your number one reason, was to deprive that person of their liberty, to lock them up.
So if the whole abduction part was just a way to get them from point A to point B to kill them,
then the kidnapping charge it evaporates. It gets absorbed into the murder.
that seems like a huge loophole.
It does, but think of it this way. The law is trying to punish the core of your plan. Take the case of People v. Ramolante. It's a pretty brutal story.
What happened?
An accused drags a victim away, hits her with a rifle, and almost immediately witnesses hear shots. She's found dead.
So they grabbed her and killed her.
Right. And the court looked at the timeline, how fast it all happened, and said, this wasn't kidnapping. The whole point was to kill her. The restraint was just, incidental.
So the primary and ultimate purpose, as the legal text says, was the murder.
You got it. If you want to kill, you're a murderer. If you want to detain, then you're a kidnapper. It's about what was really in your head.
Okay, that makes a stranger kind of sense. Let's shift to the other big motive, money.
Ah, the ransom trap.
Let me play devil's advocate. Say a guy owes me 50,000 pesos. He's dodging my calls. So I grab him, put him in a warehouse, and call his family. I say, pay me what he owes, and you get him back. I'm not asking for a ransom. I'm just a very determined debt collector.
And you've just walked right into a capital offense. The courts are absolutely ruthless on this.
How so?
Ransom is defined as any payment for release. It doesn't matter if you call it a debt. If you are trading a person's freedom for money, that's ransom. Full stop.
So my clever defense is actually a confession.
It gets worse. You don't even have to get paid. The mere purpose of trying to extort money is enough to trigger the highest penalty.
And what if I brought a friend along to help?
Big mistake. In ransom cases, conspiracy is incredibly broad.
So the getaway driver is in just as much trouble.
Everyone is. Even the person who just stands guard for an hour and goes home without a cent. If you're part of the plan, you're a principal. You face the exact same sentence as the mastermind.
That is terrifyingly strict. Okay, but let's go to the worst case scenario. When things go completely wrong during the detention.
You're talking about a special complex crime.
Right. What is that? It sounds like some kind of legal monster.
It pretty much is. This kicks in if, during the kidnapping, the victim is killed or raped or tortured.
So it's not kidnapping and murder anymore.
No, and that's the crucial part. The law fuses them together. It becomes one single indivisible crime. Kidnapping with murder.
And what's the practical difference? Is that just a name change?
No, it completely changes the rules on intent. Remember how we said if your intent was to kill, it's just murder?
Yeah.
All of that goes out the window here. It doesn't matter if the killing was an accident. It doesn't matter if you panicked. Once you're in this territory, you're hit with the maximum penalty.
And the maximum penalty is reclusion perpetua, which, for everyone listening, isn't just a fancy way of saying a long time.
Not at all. For these heinous crimes, we're talking about life imprisonment, often without any eligibility for parole.
So to recap, your real intent separates murder from kidnapping. Calling it debt collection won't save you. And if things go wrong, the law creates this single super crime.
Exactly. But before we wrap, I want to leave you with a little gray area that was really fascinating to read about. It's the idea of actual confinement. There's this case, People v. Ching Susong. The victim was just told, don't leave. But there were no locks, no guards, no physical barriers at all.
And the court said that wasn't kidnapping.
Correct. They ruled there was no actual confinement. But it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah. At what point does pure psychological fear become its own prison? If you're too terrified to even try the doorknob, are you really free?
That's the question. And that's where the law gets very, very thin.
Something to mull over. Thanks for diving into this with us.
Be curious.